Hello everyone, and welcome to Mystic Whisper, where we dive deep into the mysteries of life, spirituality, and the hidden truths that have been obscured by time. Today, we're exploring how to become the luckiest human alive. Everyone wants a little more luck in their life, don't they? Whether it's luck in relationships, luck with money, or simply feeling like the universe is on your side, luck can feel like something that's out of our control. But what if I told you that you could actually increase your luck? What if luck wasn't just about chance, but something you could consciously cultivate and attract into your life? In this video, we'll explore the science, mindset, and practical strategies that can help you become the luckiest human alive. Before we get into how to become the luckiest person alive, we need to understand what luck truly is. Most people think of luck as something random and uncontrollable, like winning the lottery, or finding a $100 bill on the street. In reality though, luck is a combination of opportunity, preparation, and mindset. The luckiest people in the world aren't necessarily born under a lucky star. They're often the ones who know how to create their own luck by recognizing opportunities and being prepared to take advantage of them. Think about this: two people can walk down the same street, but only one of them might spot that $100 bill. Why? Because one person is more aware of their surroundings, more attuned to spotting opportunities, and more mentally open to the idea of getting lucky. It's not about being in the right place at the right time, it's about being ready to capitalize on the moment when it happens. This leads us to an important truth: luck isn't purely external. It's a mindset. If you walk through life believing you're unlucky, you're more likely to miss out on opportunities because your brain isn't primed to notice them. On the other hand, if you believe you're lucky, you're already increasing your chances of spotting those hidden opportunities that could change your life. It all starts with your perception of luck. You might be wondering, can I really change my luck just by changing my mindset? The answer, according to science, is a resounding yes. Studies have shown that people who consider themselves lucky actually behave differently from those who think they're unlucky. Psychologist Richard Wiseman conducted research on what makes some people luckier than others, and his findings revealed that lucky people are more open to new experiences, more optimistic, and more resilient in the face of failure. In one of Wiseman's studies, he asked participants who considered themselves either lucky or unlucky to complete various tasks, including counting the number of photographs in a newspaper. What the unlucky participants didn't notice was that there was a large message on the second page that read, "Stop counting, there are 43 photographs." The lucky participants were much more likely to spot this message, which saved them a lot of time and effort. Why? Because they were more open to unexpected opportunities. They were less focused on following the rules strictly and more open to seeing what life was presenting to them. This shows that luck isn't just a matter of chance, it's also about being flexible, open-minded, and willing to go off the beaten path. When you adopt this mindset, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and that's one of the key ingredients in becoming luckier. So, how can you shift your mindset to become the luckiest person alive? The first step is to challenge the stories you tell yourself. If you constantly think, "I'm just not lucky," you're reinforcing that belief, and your brain will filter out opportunities that don't align with your worldview. Instead, start telling yourself a new story: "I am lucky, and I attract good things into my life." This might feel strange at first, especially if you've been used to feeling unlucky, but affirmations like this are powerful tools for rewiring your brain. Another important part of reframing your mindset is to look for the silver lining in every situation. Lucky people don't see setbacks as permanent failures, they see them as learning experiences or even as blessings in disguise. When something doesn't go your way, instead of thinking, "I'm so unlucky," ask yourself, "What can I learn from this?" Or how can this situation benefit me in the future? By constantly looking for the good in every situation, you train your brain to focus on opportunities rather than obstacles. It's also crucial to practice gratitude. When you focus on what you already have, you naturally attract more positive experiences. Lucky people are often grateful for the small things, and this attitude of appreciation opens them up to even more luck. Start each day by listing a few things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This simple habit shifts your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant, which is key to cultivating a lucky mindset. Another key factor in becoming lucky is learning to trust your intuition. Have you ever had a gut feeling about something, but ignored it, only to later realize it was right? That's your intuition, and lucky people tend to rely on it more often than those who consider themselves unlucky. Intuition is your subconscious mind processing information and sending you signals about what you should do. When you tune into those signals, you're more likely to make decisions that align with opportunities for luck. Lucky people are often good at listening to their intuition because they've developed a deep sense of self-trust. They don't second-guess themselves or overanalyze every decision. Instead, they trust that their gut knows best and take action based on that feeling. This doesn't mean making reckless decisions, but rather learning to recognize when a decision feels right, even if you can't logically explain why. You can strengthen your intuition by paying attention to your feelings and practicing mindfulness. Spend time in silence, away from distractions, and tune into what your gut is telling you. The more you practice listening to your intuition, the easier it will become to recognize when it's guiding you toward lucky opportunities. Luck isn't just about mindset and intuition, it's also about people. Have you ever heard the saying, "Your network is your net worth"? Well, when it comes to luck, your network plays a huge role. Lucky people tend to have large, diverse networks of friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. This gives them access to more opportunities because they're connected to a wide range of people who can introduce them to new ideas, partnerships, and experiences. But it's not just about knowing a lot of people, it's about how you interact with them. Lucky people tend to be generous, helpful, and open to connecting others. They don't just network to see what they can get, they network to give. And in return, they often receive unexpected opportunities that they wouldn't have found on their own. If you want to become luckier, start building and nurturing your network. Attend events, join communities, and take an active interest in others. Be genuinely curious about what people do, and look for ways to help them. When you become a person who is constantly giving, you'll naturally attract more opportunities, as people will want to return the favor and include you in their lucky breaks. Here's the thing about luck: you can have the best mindset, the strongest intuition, and the most amazing network, but if you don't take action, none of it will matter. Luck favors those who are ready to act. If you're sitting back waiting for luck to come knocking on your door, you might be waiting a long time. The luckiest people are proactive. They don't just sit around and wait for opportunities, they go out and create them. Action is the fuel that turns luck into reality. When you see an opportunity, no matter how small or uncertain, take it. It's better to take a chance and fail than to do nothing at all. Even if the opportunity doesn't pan out, you've learned something valuable and gained experience that will help you in the future. Think about this: every successful person has faced failure at some point, but the difference between them and others is that they kept going. They kept taking action, even when things didn't go their way. This persistence is often mistaken for luck, but in reality, it's about being willing to take risks and keep moving forward. So, if you want to be the luckiest person alive, don't wait for opportunities, go out and make them happen. If you stay in your comfort zone, you limit your chances of encountering luck. Why? Because luck often shows up in unexpected places, far outside your usual routine. Lucky people tend to be adventurous, willing to try new things, meet new people, and put themselves in unfamiliar situations. They understand that by stepping out of their comfort zone, they increase their chances of stumbling upon lucky breaks. Think of your comfort zone as a small circle. Inside that circle are the people you already know, the routines you follow, and the experiences you've already had. Outside that circle is the unknown, new opportunities, challenges, and surprises that could lead to greater success and luck. The more time you spend outside your comfort zone, the larger that circle becomes, and the more likely you are to attract luck into your life. If you want to expand your luck, challenge yourself to do something new regularly. It doesn't have to be a huge leap, but even small changes can have a big impact. Whether it's meeting new people, learning a new skill, or taking a different route to work, each small step out of your comfort zone opens the door to new opportunities and, ultimately, more luck. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on personal growth, mindset, and how to live your best life. Here's to becoming the luckiest human alive.